Welcome back. This is tips and tricks for new owners. Number one, cool thing, I was on eBay and I found out there is a universal key available for all Rad Power bikes. All models, all makes. So if you have more than one model and one make, super handy. I'm going to be giving away one of these universal battery keys. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment, and 30 days after I publish this video, I'll pick somebody randomly from the comments. As long as you are a subscriber, I will contact you and mail you the key. Next tip. This came with your RadRover. Your front end came attached to this little plate, and it kept the fork from piercing through the box when you got it. But this comes in handy when you go to transport your bike. But if you lost this or threw it away, you can buy one. This is a 135 millimeter front fork mount. And let me show you how this works. So as you can see here, I have the fork mounted to a piece of wood. And that keeps the bike upright with the front wheel off. So now with the RadRover on the fork mount, you can see how this fits in the back of my truck without having to take the handlebars off. Also, if you have a large SUV that the back seat folds down, I believe that this method will also work for you. Should fit. So to get it in the back of my truck, I just put on the back brake, and I'm able to just lift up the front and put it on the back of the bed. Then I come around to the back, and then I'm just able to lift this up and slide it in. One-man operation. So this is the bike in the back of the truck. I have it bungeed in the front and bungeed in the back, both sides. Rad Power ships you the bike with the quick disconnect mounted on the left-hand side. But this is my first bike with a disc brake, and I've gone in here and I accidentally put my hand in here when I went to pinch this closed, and I bent my disc. And also, you're not supposed to touch your disc. It's sharp, and also you can leave oils from your hands on there. So it's a good idea to take off the skewer and put it on the other way and put the disconnect on the other side. And your springs always point in. You have a spring on each side. Just make sure they point in. That works better from this side over here now. This next tip is just something that all RadRover owners should be aware of. This is your main electrical cable that comes from your controller. In case you don't know, it's wired inside this tube. It goes in right here. It makes a connection somewhere right here, and then it comes out down here. So if you turn your wheel too far to the left and stretch this cable too hard, you can pull this connector out inside the tube. And if you're 5 miles from your house and you're not aware that this can happen, and it happens to you, it's a big pain. So it's not that hard to fix. Just turn your wheel to the left, lay your bike down so you can access this cable down here. You just push on this cable and you can get it to push through, and you can get it all the way out at the bottom and remake the connection. Next, I wanted to briefly talk about tools. So in my opinion, the tools that Rad Power sends you with your bike are just there in case you don't have any tools to assemble your bike. And they shouldn't be used for anything else. The tools that I carry every time I go out on a ride are a good multi-tool, 18 millimeter to get the back tire off. You got to have that. Pair of cutters. You have to cut tie wraps. Small pair of needle nose just comes in handy. Patch kit. I also carry a tube, and I also carry a pump. This is an electric pump, but you can take a hand pump. Then also I recommend that you don't have to necessarily carry it with you all the time, but Loctite. If you ever have any bolts or nuts coming loose all the time, it's because it doesn't have any Loctite on it. This works really well. So RadRover is supposed to be waterproof, and it is. I splash through water all the time and mud, and as you can see, it's filthy dirty right now. But you're still supposed to be very careful when you wash the bike. Even Rad Power recommends that you just wash it with a damp cloth. You don't want to be spraying water on your motor or any of your cables or anything, and especially anywhere around the battery. This is your battery tray right here. And leave the battery on, because you might accidentally just get a drip of water and it's going to end up in this little cup with your connectors. And it doesn't drain through. If you fill that cup up with water, it's going to stay full until it evaporates. And you don't want that. That's it for this video. Remember, if you want in on the Universal Battery Key giveaway, subscribe and leave a comment. See you on the next one.